The comments will not be recorded. We haven't gotten permission from people to record them, and so we'll just be recording the presentation.
Hi, everybody. Thank you guys for being here and doing all this. I'm Tom Gaiman. I'm a licensed forester, and I had the good fortune of crawling through the underbrush and over the dead logs and squirming under the huckleberry bushes and coffee berries and measuring the forest inventory at Tamales Bay State Park 4 years ago. And I basically came up with a report that described the condition of the park, and I can personally attest to the decadent condition of the forest and the lovely, unique state park. And the need for action is clearly borne out in the data. Bishop Pine forests here have evolved. This thing, can you hear me or am I yelling at you? The Bishop Pine forests here have evolved over thousands of years with fire, and the reduction of fire over the last 100 years has created a horrible condition, in addition to the disease, the pitch canker and the sun oak death and the bark beetles and all the others. And the condition of the forest now has created a layer of deeply thicketed forest floor, overwhelmed with fallen dead forest trees and live standing trees and understory brush ready to burn when the wind blows and the forest fuels become very dry. Hardwood forests and other vegetation are also in decline, as outlined in the PWP, and biodiversity is seriously at risk. Rare and endangered species habitats are vanishing before our eyes. Moreover, the threat of an uncontrollable inferno starting the park and heading into Inverness, which is surrounded by the park, is a serious concern. So with abundant evidence of need, it's a mighty regulatory challenge to get anything at all done on the ground here in the coastal zone. And the PWP can take us down that road. So please, let's not miss this opportunity. Staff needs to hear your approval of this project and the necessary work at Tamales Bay State Park. So thanks very much for doing it.
Sea in Inverness. I actually work for State Parks and recognize my colleagues Cindy and Bree here. And I think they're doing a fabulous job given the constraints of the bureaucracy. And unfortunately, the perfect is sometimes the enemy of the good, but that's what we live with. And living in Sea Haven, I hear a lot of concern about the old growth forest being in severe decline and the tinderbox ready to take off. I think everybody can recognize that. My friend and colleague Tom Gaiman certified that for State Parks and did a very well job. I want to just say that I support the process. I would like to see it happen a lot quicker, but that's not the world we live in. I also want to say that I think State Parks would be very helpful if they start to tell us where particular projects are going to be, when they're going to occur, and how they're going to keep the fuel loading down to prevent catastrophic fire in the future. I think that is one of the main concerns of us being local. Personally, I have a to-go bag and good insurance because we live in a WUI, and when the big one comes, you just got to get the hell out. Okay, thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jack Gescheit with my Tree Spirit Project, and also representing In Defense of Animals with 25,000 members in California alone. They support what I'm going to say here, and I'm challenged by it, actually, to be honest. Some people in this room wouldn't know it, but I don't actually enjoy conflict. And I can tell just by watching people that you are good people and you mean well, and ironically and perhaps tragically, we all care about this forest. We all do, and yet we are diametrically opposed in both the prescription of what's wrong there, and I don't think there's anything wrong there at all, and then of course what to be done about it. But I don't accept the premise, and before I go on emotionally or labeled a tree hugger, which I am, and then some, I'm also talking about science. For one, wildfire. You don't cut down trees and use herbicides to reduce fire danger. I mean, Jack Cohen, Missoula, Montana, U.S. Forest Service fire scientist, numerous studies posted on my Tree Spirit website. You harden houses and create defensible space. You don't cut down forest. You don't attack them in any way with machine tools. Beyond 100 feet from a house, it's irrelevant. So I just don't take any of this as fire mitigation other than perhaps, looking to get funding for wildfire reduction. So that's number one. As far as the health of this forest, I've been in there, as many of you have, I assume, and it is just beautifully healthy and lush and alive and wet. It's a cloud forest with large bodies of water adjacent to both sides. So all you're going to do with these treatments to help the forest health or reduce wildfire, supposedly, which I disagree with obviously, is open up a canopy, allow more sun in, hotter, drier, and actually increase the likelihood of a wildfire ignition. And the whole idea of what we're going to do, prescribe burns, it's not necessary in this place. The fire cycle in the report is, I think, 40 years. And I mean, that's just pulled out of a discussion around beer pong or something. It could be 100 years for a bishop pine forest to regenerate naturally. There's also little bishop pine trees in there already, doing very well, thank you. And again, back to science. I have with me, thank you, Laura Cunningham, Western Watersheds Project, director of California's division here, knows this forest and wrote a 32-page rebuttal. Posted on my website. Please come up to me. These are just the talking points worth 3 pages. The scientific dissection of this, it's just non-science. It's just non-science. So everyone's going to have their say. We're going to be all over the map here. But if what I say has resonance for people, please come talk to me afterwards. We're building a coalition to bring more